Yo, what's up, street togs, street gods, early morning togs? Burke in the house. Right. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful morning. Sunshine morning, babes, and the water. Okay, so some thoughts. Why photography is the answer. So I think in today's hyper not so happy world, photography is kind of unique because it gives us a unique chance to be grateful, to exercise this facility of presence. So for example, wow, look at the best sunrise of all time. The sunrise, beautiful morning. Little doggies, don't trust the dogs. Yep. Like, stay away. Alright, we're walking down the street. Yeah, it's photography is a unique opportunity for us to be present in everyday, embodied, flesh-bound, foot on pavement reality. And I think it's difficult for people to understand how important this is because the first existential thing to be human is to walk. If you want to cure your ailment or depression or mental angst, first delete all your social media apps and media apps. If anything, just lose your iPhone Pro into the trash, and walk 50,000 steps a day. Okay, wow, witness this beautiful sunrise. And also, if you want to be happier, move to a happy country place, state. Phnom Penh is the what? Wow, look at this sunrise. Yeah, I think it's difficult to explain honestly how freaking insanely awesome this place is. Some general thought, like, why is life in Phnom Penh so awesome? The first thought is a sense of optimism, a sense of hope and joy. Most people, honestly, development is mostly tapped out in a lot of other countries. So, for example, in Korea, South Korea, Japan, America, etc., it's very, very pessimistic because there ain't no more room for upward growth. I suppose the virtues and the upsides of perhaps living somewhere like, Cambodia. Okay, so first and foremost, the median age, this is a median. The median age is what, like 25 years old? 40% of the population's under the age of 30. And also, what else? Yeah. Oh yeah, love it. And honestly, every day we live reality. Okay, this is where it's important to just be on the ground. So if you just walk around, you meet peoples and folks, right? You talk to kids. Okay, you go to a coffee shop or a restaurant or, go get a massage, right? Like the average age of kids, you just ask kids what is your age? Don't ask how old are you, because they think you're saying, how are you? It's like kind of a dead end street. All right, let's go this way. Cut through the market. Well, kids are like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. If anything, you meet somebody who's like 26, 27, 28, they consider old. And the upside of this is that, once again, I think much of life is hope and joy and optimism for the future, especially for the future kids, the future generations. often the discouraging thing that happens a lot is when you're part of a society in which they favor dogs over kids, children, babies, like yeah, that's when you know you're in a place full of decline. And actually what's kind of interesting is this is my thought. Okay, I think naturally women and men want to have babies. Women want to have babies. Men want to, you know, have children. Like it's natural. Also, another thing I like about Phnom Penh or Cambodian culture, it's actually much more natural. Things just kind of make much more sense. And so as a consequence, like you don't have none of this nonsensical American weirdness. Even a thought while being here in Cambodia, ironically, even though I'm American, I actually don't really like to be around Americans much. American families. Okay, all kids are universally awesome, but then American parents, Americans just abroad, they tend to be very like little strange. Yeah, better to stick with the Khmer people, Cambodian people, Khmer people. Much more calm, relaxed, much more centered. So the global implications of you know, Bitcoin, etc. is this way. If you could like magically 10x the income of anybody, so for example, it seems like kind of the average age of the average income of somebody here, like working as a cleaner, is like roughly $200 a month, $250 a month. You know, if you want like, if you're working as a teller at a jewelry shop inside the mall, you make it like 300, 400, 500. If you're, you know, been working at a hotel, your English is fluent. You're working as a manager at a hotel, nice hotel, probably making like 700, 800 a month. You work at like a really, really high-end like real estate firm and you're like the head agent or person, then you're making like $1,000 a month. So $1,000 a month salary for here is kind of like, you know, the holy grail is like everyone wants the $1,000 a month salary. It's like the equivalent of, you know, begging a job in the States making $350,000 a year. That's kind of the general sense and the vibes. So as a consequence, know that your money here goes a lot further. So why does this matter? This matters because A, you know, you could just live way better life here as a foreigner. B, like to most Cambodians, even the thought to dream of the idea of making $2,000 a month is like out of their mind. If you give an average Cambodian family $2,000 a month US, like all of their dreams are magically unlocked. It's like if you gave an American $200,000 a month, you could like afford anything in the States pretty much, right? Within reason. Similarly speaking, and I was thinking about this like more globally too, is that the truth is in America, the inflation is like I'm starting to realize more and more about being here. Okay, so all the clothes here are made in Cambodia. Zara, etc. There's so many clothes and products here. You can get fake Hokas and fake Yeezys for only like $10, and they're like 99% like the real thing. Even one of the 21-year-old teachers I know here, she's had a pair for 3 years, which means that she got a pair for $10 when she was like 19. $10 is still a lot of money for a Cambodian. That's like $100. So I mean, like $100 for shoes as a 19-year-old, still kind of expensive, right? So you just kind of do the mental maths. Yeah, life in America is not atsabai, not very happy. And so I guess the first philosophical question is, why chase happiness? I mean, my thought is, why not? Like, is there any downsides to being happy? No? It's kind of like a virtuous upcycle loop if you're happy, is that you make other people happy, they make other people happy, blah, blah. All parties win. So as a consequence, happiness is a good thing. Even good old Aristotle was like, happiness is one thing that men chase for the sake of it, for no other greater good. And even another thing that's great here, like especially if you're like in Phnom Penh, living in BKK1, which is like essentially, living off 5th Ave, but here, two things. One, A, you don't need a car. B, it's positively desirous to not own a car. Even if somebody magically gave me a free Lamborghini or something, like I would like probably not like accept it, like, oh thanks but no thanks, let me take it around the block real quick, see the butterfly doors and whatevs, and I'm good. So as a consequence, I forgot what I was saying, but anyways. Okay, so you don't want the lamb, you don't want the rolls. It's just like a coffin for handicapped people. Also, what's kind of interesting too is the privilege of being super central is, so for example, let's say, like by American standards, this is very, like, okay, the Uber, I tour like the peak Uber luxury condo building, right? It's like floor to ceiling windows, 360 panorama views of the city, overlooking the Mekong Delta River, right? Like the most sublime, like curved glass. Like I've never seen this in an apartment with 3 patios on each side, right? And it's only $3,200 a month for rent, right? So as an American, like that's the same rent I pay like in LA. That's like for like a 2-bed, 1-bath, right? But to a Cambodian, once again, it's kind of like if you're spending like $100,000 a month in rent. That's what it sounds like to a Cambodian. It's almost like unheard of. Also pro tip, use fans here, not AC, because AC, even if you just run it overnight, it costs like $500 a month. It's pretty expensive. Fans cost like nothing. I guess you could purchase Xiaomi products here for really cheap, like air purifiers, fans, like they don't sell everything. And actually the design is great. It's like very, very like minimalistic, Apple, simplistic. It's very, 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 very aesthetic. Also, what's interesting, because I was randomly thinking about Thailand, right? We went to Bangkok real quick. I'm shocked. There's no tuk-tuks in Thailand. And I think they're like made in Thailand. Look. Tuk-tuk on tuk-tuk. Yeah, tuk-tuks are the way. And actually, even better than tuk-tuks, this is our Urkin pro tip. Remorque, which is like old school trailer, modular, bike in the front, carriage in the back. And what's so great about it is you're on this like elevated platform with like the great panoramic view while you're commuting. And also fresh air is much more invigorating than being in some sort of air-conditioned car. Like, I'm actually starting to think and understand too is that air conditioning just kind of puts you to sleep and is typically not good. Alright, some more fun thoughts. Alright. Bitcoin is digital land. It is cyber land. So why is this interesting idea? So, wow, look at this. Life here is much nicer than life in America. So the first thought is, if you buy land in America or whatever country, the downside is you don't own it, you're just kind of borrowing it from the government of your jurisdiction. Whereas a Bitcoin, you own it, right? And you know, honestly, like just if you're in the States, use Coinbase. It's the gold standard. You know, people, oh, you use Coinbase. I'm like, you own Bitcoin, it's fine. Keep it simple, right? And also, yeah, I don't trust Binance. Yeah, the CZ fellow is quite untrustworthy. He's like the Asian Sam Bankman-Fried, in my opinion. Yeah, not weird vibes from him. Weird vibes. Trust the vibes. The future is vibes. Bitcoin is vibes on steroids. It's so funny too, because like I love the phrase "everything on steroids." Like it's from the '90s, right? Or when I was a kid, right? The on steroids. It's fine. It's like actually what I also like about being here too is people actually here, they don't really care for politics that much, which is refreshing because I think politics essentially it's like Worldwide Wrestling version 2. From my friend Dave, he has an intelligent idea. Yeah, don't trust politics. And so if you understand politics like a grand comedy, the divine comedy, as Dante says, the grand comedy of the planet, think globe. As a consequence, you kind of just don't take things that seriously. I mean, one thing that's actually very refreshing about being here in Cambodia, yeah, like my people are super chill. Like it's the big thing is being a Buddhist country, right? And also like pseudo Vishnu, like Hinduism, Indian beliefs like karma and stuff. Tula ban la'a, which is like you do good and get good, but it's not punitive. And it's also interesting, there's not a version of if you do bad, you'll get bad like we do in America. Because in America, it's all punitive, right? Like you want to punish. But Cambodia, it's like, no, it's just like, let people do it. Like, it's so chill. Yeah, Cambodians are happier and more chill because if you think about culture like some sort of operating system for individuals, it's like very important because American culture is about envy and jealousy. However, Cambodian culture, traditionally, it's more about, you know, gratitude. Once again, Buddhism, right? And Buddhism runs deep here. It's like even the Buddhist monks here, they're kind of more like scholar bureaucrats, in my opinion. They're not really like detached Zen Buddhist monks like we know in the American sense. They're kind of more like university students who buzz their hair and have to wear the orange robes. And so as a consequence, think more realistic. Oh yeah, do some activities. Beautiful morning, you sunrise morning, babe, in the water. So, why does this matter? So some simple thoughts. Yeah, like don't buy land like in the physical realm, like via negativa, right? Don't buy physical land, don't buy physical things. It's all gonna evaporate. Even in Cambodia, it's kind of interesting to buy land, right? Like apparently there's like some border tensions with Thailand right now, and they're low-key thinking about doing like kind of like a mandatory 2-year military service for men, kind of like what South Korea already has, which I think is actually a very intelligent idea. But you know, I'm sure people are concerned and scared because typically capitalism prospers on peace, cooperation, mutual understanding. Like if you're a Japanese investor, you don't want there to be a war between Cambodia and Thailand because that's not going to be good for your investment properties. So I think the virtuous thing about capitalism is, once again, it promotes peace, understanding, and moral goodness. Does not foster death, destruction, and killing of peoples, right? So, the simple thought. Yeah, don't buy land in the physical realm. Buy cyber land, which is Bitcoin.